There are moments in life when everything seems to fall apart at once. When the dreams you built with your own hands collapse, or the person you loved the most walks away. We keep looking back, holding on to memories like they might save us. But healing doesn't begin in the past. It begins the moment you decide to take even one step forward. In a quiet town, there lived a young man named Ethan, a man known for his drive, his big ideas, and a work ethic that never slept. He believed that effort could rewrite destiny, that if he pushed hard enough, anything was possible. And for a while, life proved him right. He built a business from scratch. Long nights, long days, sacrifices no one saw. His name carried weight, his voice carried authority, and his vision seemed unstoppable. But success has a weakness. It can be undone faster than it was built. A few bad choices, a trusted partner who turned his back, opportunities that slipped through his fingers, and the empire Ethan built began to crumble. What once thrived slowly fell to pieces. And here's a truth many learn the hard way. Your effort matters, but it doesn't make you unbreakable. When Ethan's business collapsed, the same people who once admired him began whispering behind his back. The streets that once felt like a celebration now felt like a courtroom, where every stranger carried silent judgment. And another truth rose to the surface. The world rarely remembers how hard you tried. It remembers where you fell. Yet Ethan couldn't let go. Every morning he walked past the old office building, the place that once held his dreams. The sign had changed, the doors belonged to someone else. But he stood there like a man trying to step back into yesterday. Memories felt louder than the present. The laughter, the meetings, the busy halls. They echoed inside him like ghosts. This is what many of us do. We return to the ruins, hoping they'll somehow restore us. But ruins don't rebuild. They only show you what you lost. At night, Ethan stared at old documents, old photos, old plans, searching for the moment everything went wrong. But staring at the past never fixes the future. Reflection can guide you, but it cannot carry you. Still, Ethan held on. Inside he whispered, "Maybe I can fix it. Maybe it's not over." But deep down, another truth spoke louder. What broke you is not the thing that will heal you. Ethan became a stranger to himself. By day, he kept his head low. By night, he lay awake, trapped in his thoughts. Failure has a voice, and it whispered constantly, "You're not enough. You ruined everything. You'll never rise again." Failure doesn't just take what you built. It tries to take who you are. Ethan stopped meeting friends. Every familiar face reminded him of what he'd lost. Every handshake felt heavy with pity. Every smile felt fake. He sank into the endless circle of what ifs. What if I had walked away earlier? What if I saw the betrayal coming? What if I had chosen differently? But what if is a trap, a cage that keeps you chained to a past you cannot change. One morning, Ethan walked past a small shop. The owner, an older man, was sweeping outside, humming to himself. Nothing fancy, nothing flashy, yet the man seemed at peace. And Ethan wondered, how can someone with so little be happier than me, who once had so much? Truth is, peace isn't found in what you own. It's found in what you release. Days turned into weeks. Ethan kept circling the same streets, the same buildings, hoping familiarity would comfort him, but it only held him captive. One afternoon, a young boy walked by and asked, "Why do you always stand here?" Ethan forced a smile. "This place, it used to be mine." The boy shrugged and replied, "If this place broke you, why do you keep standing in it?" His words were simple, but they struck deeply. Sometimes wisdom comes from the least expected places. That night, Ethan couldn't sleep. Those words echoed in his mind. Why do you keep standing in it? Anger rose. He doesn't understand what I lost. But behind the anger was silence, and inside that silence was the truth. Ethan wasn't stuck because he failed. He was stuck because he refused to move. Broken places don't heal you. They only remind you where you got hurt. The next day, Ethan visited an elderly neighbor, Mr. Ellis. a retired teacher known for his quiet wisdom. He sat beside him and whispered, "I don't know why I'm here. I just feel lost." Mr. Ellis looked at him gently. "Sometimes you don't visit because you know the path. You visit because you need a new one." Ethan sighed. "I built something I believed would last forever. It shattered, and I can't let go." Mr. Ellis leaned forward. "If a glass shatters in your hand, do you keep holding it? Or do you let it go before you bleed more?" Ethan stared at the ground. The answer hurt because it was true. "That office," the old man continued, "that dream you built, it broke, and you're still holding the pieces. As long as you hold them, you'll keep bleeding." Ethan whispered, "If I let go, what do I have left?" The old man smiled softly. "You still have you." And that's where rebuilding begins. In the days that followed, Ethan finally tried something different. He took new routes. He stopped visiting the ruins of his past. Every step forward felt painful, but forward is still forward. He cleaned his workspace. He threw away old contracts and files. Each paper felt like a piece of him, but with each one he tossed, his heart grew lighter. Letting go isn't weakness. It's making space for new strength. Ethan began journaling. At first, his words were broken. Pain, regret, guilt. But slowly they turned into, "I'm still here. I still have time. I can start again." He helped shopkeepers, gave advice to young entrepreneurs. His pride whispered, "You used to be important. This is beneath you." But he ignored it. Rebirth doesn't begin with applause. It begins with humility. Weeks became months. People started seeking Ethan not because of his past success, but because of the wisdom he gained from his fall. He noticed gaps in the town, small needs no one else paid attention to. And slowly he formed a new idea, a better idea, one built on experience, patience, and purpose. This time, he wasn't chasing trophies. He was building something that mattered. The new venture grew slowly, steady, quiet, strong. And for the first time in a long time, Ethan felt hope again. His success became different. Not loud, not flashy, but solid. Years later, the town no longer whispered about his failure. They told the story of his resilience. Parents told their children, "Ethan is the man who fell, but he chose to rise." One evening, Ethan stood in his new office, sunset flooding the room. He took a quiet breath. He still carried scars, but they no longer hurt. They reminded him of the journey, not the fall. "I am not what I lost," he whispered. "I am what I rebuilt." And that is the rebirth of Ethan's story, a story that belongs to all of us. Because at some point, life will break each of us. And when it does, we face the same question Ethan did. Do I stay where I fell? Or do I rise and rebuild? And if you've watched Ethan's journey till the end, then remember this. Life will break you. People will leave. Dreams will collapse. But the real story begins the moment you choose to rise again. This story teaches us one thing. Never stay where life broke you. Move, heal, rebuild. Because your strength isn't in what you lost. Your strength is in what you rise to become. And just like Ethan, you too can start again. Not tomorrow, not someday, but today. That is the lesson of this story, and the beginning of yours. And this story leaves us with powerful lessons. Lessons we all need at some point in life. Number 1, don't stay where you were broken. What shattered you can't heal you. Healing begins when you walk forward. Number 2, small steps change everything. Tiny, consistent actions build the bridge to your comeback. Number 3, humility leads to rebirth. Great things often start in quiet, simple places. Number 4, failure teaches more than success ever will. It's not a verdict. It's a lesson disguised as loss. Number 5, scars are proof you survived. They don't define you. They remind you of your strength. Number 6. Your worth is not equal to your losses. You are more than what you built. You are the builder. And the final lesson. The end of a chapter is not the end of your story. Every ending opens the door to a new beginning. If you enjoyed this story, give us a like. Share in the comments what lesson you learned today. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next one.